Doomerang. I'm assuming we're just supposed to mulligan aggressively for Kingsbane. Assuming we're just supposed to mulligan aggressively for Kingsbane. Look at that.
We have turned our curse into our strength.
What's going on, D20 Bandit? Howdy, howdy. I think I'm just passing here, right? Like, attacking this totem doesn't really accomplish anything. What's going on, Metaboods? Howdy, howdy. So now I can Fan of Knives to deal the front half, and then I can use my weapon here to deal the back half. We take a little bit of damage, but we get to health drain some as well. So it says gain stats equal to your weapon. So this is like double up my weapon stats basically. Is that what this does? Oh, this gets bigger. This gets bigger based on what my weapon is. Got it. That makes sense. Okay, well that was less good. Probably should have played the Strider there. I guess having a 4-5 here is fine. We get to get some of the stuff down on their board a little bit. That's brutal. Oh, I see him kill with that. Yep. These Slayers are so awkward.
Welcome.
I think I just need to nug them and gain a health here. Next turn we can vanish to stabilize the board a little bit. At least stop the onslaught momentarily. What to do indeed. What you got? So they've got 4, 8, 11, 12 damage on board. So you're pretty close to dead here. The Shaman deck doesn't really have any reach though, right? You have no idea, Tom. It's not my deck list. So if I Doomerang, I get to keep... This will come back as a 1-3, which is pretty sweet. It kind of resets it. I think I just want to vanish here, right? And I could Doomerang Vile Spine too. Their cards are so cheap. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna Doomerang And kill. I think I just have to kill this. Takes 4 power off the table. I'm not sure that burning the card really matters because like they get to re-deal damage with these two, which is a pretty big drawback for me in this specific instance. It's a big boy. Guess we just do this into this. I think I'm just gonna poke them upstairs so I can gain a little bit of health. Good old Shutter Walks in the even shaman deck. This is good. We've mostly stabilized the board. What kind of 8 you got? It's the Lich King. Oh, that's fine. I've not played Quest Priest, Chubb. I actually just don't have anything to do, right? Unless I want to like do this into this, but that seems really fucking terrible, right? Yeah, I guess Minstrel, Set Minstrel, that's the least shitty of my choices. I'm gonna hold on to the other Firefly here for Cutthroat. This turn, I'm just going to go Vanish plus Cutthroat, right? That's pretty good. Kind of much want to go Vanish Cutthroat. You think it's worth prepping that turn? I guess I don't have another good thing in my hand. It would give me an extra activation on this too later down the line. Doomerang's not bad. Let's me trigger this too.
There once was a man from Gilneas.
So let me gain a buck ton of life. Well, I guess I don't. Does this not? This might not actually. I'm not sure if this uses the weapon to gain health. It doesn't act. The weapon doesn't actually deal the damage, does it? That's unfortunate. Some life steal me. Yep. The more you know. Alright, so long, minions. Yeah, the core of Deadly Poison's a great pickup. The core of cards between deck to deck, there's definitely a pretty big core of cards.
Here we go.
This card seems pretty good. Actually in an okay spot here. They have a bunch of cards in their hand, but a lot of them are just like random shaman spells from this Bewitch power, so... Nice. So I'm gonna go this into this, and then I can go ahead and hit them upstairs here, and then I can Doomerang this, which is gonna put my weapon back in my hand, which will reset its durability.
By the elements combined!
Let's see what they want to do here. They might even just want to fill their board up, honestly. They can make a bunch of 1/1s here. And back up to 25 from all the life drain though, which is nice. We get to go ship this into here, plus ship this into here. And then this can knock down some of their 1/1s. Deal 3 damage, that's interesting. Okay, so they're gonna finish this off, I assume. Death Rattle, resummon the minion. Just because of Ooze Godzilla is the reason to wait. That's fair. This has Death Rattle resummon itself. I think I just need to plow through this, right?
No survivors!
Too soon.
The elements combined!
You cannot escape the shadow of death.
I guess we could just race too, like our thing does 5 damage with lifesteal. So maybe we're just supposed to like beat them down. I can see that being the case too. Just like race hard here. Strap on boots.
Winter is here.
That's a lot of dudes. Sap doesn't really do anything here. They don't want to bounce any of these things. You have a bunch of 4/4s in our deck at some point. There's 10 cards in our deck and 2 or 3 4/4s. I don't think we've hit any of them just yet. Or if we did, they got wiped out right away. Maybe we hit one earlier.
A path dimly lit.
That seems like it was good. I guess to go ahead and cut through this now. We have to cut through their top minions. Like, we mentioned the board control plan was not good, but like, we really don't have an option to not go on a board control plan here now. At least through these taunts.
Must decide.
Gross. That's pretty good.
Silent death.
Am I dead? Am I dead if I don't sap things here? I'm taking 7, 8, 9, 15.
Welcome to my web.
There are a bunch of spiders in my deck. Maybe that can get us out of this. The Kingsbane's also gaining us a bunch of health here. Is that dead? 10, 15, yep. Yep. Why is sapping the charge guy bad? If my opponent replays the charge guy, I'm guaranteed to not die the following turn. Which means I have time to use my weapon and then use my minions to control the board. So sapping the charge guy that costs them 8 and takes almost their entire turn and buys us time when we're just trying to tread water to get time seems ideal. What is the optimal thing to sap on that board? Do you want me to sap the card that has a battle cry effect that gives them something when it gets cast? Because that seems worse for me than sapping that. Do you want me to not play the 4/4s? Okay, so I could have paid attention to hand size and then sapped the wolf, and then the second sap would have been a terminate. Okay, that makes sense. See, that's a good example of specific actionable feedback. Good reasonable feedback. Not just, hey, you're stupid. Because my thinking was, I want to just buy myself time, because if they just take their next turn to replay that card, I really am happy with them just taking their next turn to replay that card, because then I'm not dead and I get to guaranteed draw to cards that I care about.
No.
They did play an elemental the previous turn. They played the 8 drop. Odd row, great. Yep. I'll do this on 2, and then on 3 we can go Coin, Kingsbane, Cutthroat. They must have a Thug since they didn't attack this turn. Yes, this will be attack by 3/1, attack me. It's my longest sub, just shy of 3 years, I believe. Nope, almost sequenced that wrong. I know we had a 33-month resub the other night. Am I just killing? I think I'm just killing this.
Here we go.
I don't think I want to Shadow Step the 2/4. If they want to attack the 2/4 down, I'm okay with that. I'm taking 6 here. Using the coin last turn. Maybe I should have saved the coin for the Vile Spine Slayer here. It's gonna take so much damage here. So much damage. Oh. Yeah, I think I should have saved. I think the weapon just wasn't useful enough as early as I got it going. I should have just saved the coin for the Vile Spine on 4. Yeah.
I give up. Thank you.
And Blade Fury doesn't seem particularly powerful. It used to do face damage and cost 2. That seems much better. Yeah, I agree. This deck does not, the power level of this deck does not seem like it's quite there. I'm gonna play a few more games with it, see how it feels. I think I also misidentified what was important in that game. Like we were definitely the control deck in that matchup, and I tried to be aggressive.
You're back.
Don't really have a good way to enable combo here. I'm just passing, right? There's nothing to really do here. Dragon Quest Priest is the one that sets your health total to 40, right, Brad?
So many options.
That's fantastic. So I get to do this into this. I think I'm gonna sap this next turn. Nah, I'm just gonna attack into it here. I asked if that was the one that was the one that plays the unit that sets your health total to 40, and someone else in chat confirmed that it was.
Here we go.
Just hanging out. I feel like there's just so many turns where I'm just not using my resources in this deck. And generally speaking, Hearthstone really feels like it's a game that's very much about using your resources efficiently every single turn. Just the casual game 13.
Here we go.
So pop that off. Grab the weapon out of my deck. Play this. Okay. Well, this gives it plus a durability too. Yeah, I agree, Brad. It feels like the other grindy decks likely go over the top of what this deck is doing. The fuck is in their hand? They just don't have anything going on either. Alright, we're down to 39. We were at 50 at one point, so slow and steady. So I can sap this, then I can Buccaneer,
Here we go.
smack him. I mean, are we really trying? Like, how, in what way is this deck trying to go off with Strider in your mind? It feels to me like they're just like playing a couple copies of Strider because like Strider's a good card, which seems fine, right? Just like play good cards basically. Valera's okay. I think I'm gonna go ahead and vanish into replay this though and get my weapon up to 7 here. This might be a little aggressive. If they go big on their board, I might want the vanish again later. But like getting my weapon huge here seems really valuable. Next turn, if they do take the same play they did last turn and they play the Drake back out plus hit their hero power, I can go Shadow Step this, replay it, Doomerang this, and then replay my weapon and smack them. So, Shadow Step. Play this to give my weapon an attack. Then I can Doomerang you. Which puts this back in my hand so I can replay it again.
There once was a man from Gilneas.
Here we go.
Well, that'll be pretty impressive next turn. We'll have an 11-7. Actually, I'm probably supposed to Valera next turn. I'm probably supposed to Valera next turn. So that way I can get 2 of these the following turn. Yeah, I want to attack before I Valera.
You cannot escape the shadow of death.
I don't think that's necessarily true. I think if your game plan's kind of controlling anyways, you tend to see a lot of your cards in games of Hearthstone, so you're just like gonna get the free 4/4s at some point.
Silent death.
All right, your move. Leeching poison doesn't do much. It'll just enable. God, they're gonna get fucking naturalized too. Nope, we are not winning. Very much not winning. Oh, I do have flurry, don't I? Well then, I'm a liar. I'm a liar. We're actually winning. Look at that. Look at that. Hogland cried too soon. Yarr! Oh, I forgot to poison first. Yep, 10 out of 10 should have poisoned first. I think I just fanned to draw a card here, right? Really? You think so? You think the Ghost Fan's better? I guess getting back to the King's Blade is pretty important, huh? Sweet. So they're dead. Look at that. We're on the scoreboard. No, stop it. Stop it. Fuck. So they're dead, right? I get to do this into deadly poison, into deadly poison. Yeah, so holding the poison actually let us win there. Doomerang can't hit players, chat. Doomerang doesn't hit players. All right, let's see if we can assemble Voltron one more time. It was we had a mighty big long sword there. We were able to cut our opponent down nicely.
Valir versus Uther.
I will fight with honor.
Watch.
This seems like a full maul. I think I just want a full maul here. I want my fans and my Kingsbane. Well, we have found a fan at least.
Reporting for duty.
Lost in the jungle, no even odd. Murloc Paladin, yep. What's going on, Roadkill? I think I'm gonna get set up to poke this, and then we'll fan on 3. So we'll go weapon smack, and then end up fanning on 3. Clean the board up a little bit. With this curve, we get to fan on 3 and to coin Vile Spine on 4, which is nice. Hopefully they play out something else with 2 defense here. Perfect. Want to avoid the secret that lets them summon a thing back. That's unfortunate, because it's gonna let this survive the Phantom Knives now. Huh. I think I'm just passing. And again, it feels like we're just not gonna be able to like handle the aggression our opponent's pumping out onto the board here. Feels like we're just a little bit too far behind. Yep. That is super dead. Way too aggro opponent. Yeah, their draw was pretty strong there for sure. For sure. We really needed them to not have the buff defense on the 1-2 that they ended up putting out. If we would have been able to clear, if we would have been able to clear on that turn 4 with the Phantom Knives, we would have been in a great spot.
Valir versus Gul'dan.
Your soul shall be mine.
Watch your.
Pretty easy full mulligan here, I think. Some more pennies for the penny dancer. Thank you for the bit saw 3. Oh, this is bad. That's real.
Turned our curse into our strength.
These decks where you have to full mulligan pretty aggressively. Never mind. Got it. Never didn't have it. Stop complaining. Looks like even lock. Peace, Serpy boy. Catch you later. I'm just using this to cycle. The fact that this deck, on top of being like kind of medium powered cards, also, it basically doesn't get a hero power, right? Like, I think we've used this once in the course of the matches we played in the last 35 minutes. Like, feels like a pretty sizable drawback, honestly.
Here we go.
Next turn, I can play Greenskin out and then eat this inside of combat. That's a fucking mountain giant. Are we dead to that? I don't know how I ever beat a mountain giant.
Here we go.
I guess I have a vanish next turn. But like, vanishing giant doesn't really accomplish a whole lot. Alright, it's another vanish.
Here we go.
Hitting it with my face, but I like my face. Oh, I should have attacked there because not only does it gain me health back, but it would have let me go. I could go Greenskin into Doomerang because Greenskin's gonna give me another thing here. Yeah, that was wrong. I should have attacked for 2.
Here we go.
Am I just dead? Do we think I'm on the 0 outer here? Never mind, my sequencing has been a hot mess.
So many options.
Yeah, we really just don't. I need like a Vile Spine. I have Lifelink. Like that's maybe okay. We tried.
I give up.
Give up. It's a lot of giants, chat. It's a lot of giants.
Valera versus Morgul.
Watch your back.
Does it really? I mean, like, with the second giant, we're still just dead. Like, we draw to 1 Vile Spine, sure, maybe, but like, drawing to... Well, that was a good pickup. And then next turn we can go Kingsbane plus Deadly Poison, start beating him down. We even have Doomerang here to reset it in a little bit.
Here we go.
Need to play Strider on 3. Hopefully keeping their board in check here. when the best laid plans go to shit. It's the first Ooze we've played against today, which is kind of surprising. Have a good night, Malv. And again, just like, don't have anything to do with my resources here. I guess I do this. I really don't want to attack into here though, so I think I'm just gonna pass. That's gross. Kind of strange that they traded proactively there. I guess they want to play around like Shadow Step, perhaps. Drawing the Knight's Bane there was very good. God bless America. Man, we just can't catch a break with this one, huh? That doesn't even really take much power off the table because it's like continues powering up this one. Opponent just giving us the business here. Yeah. Ugh, well, the mill deck we started with in Wild was quite fantastic, but, yeah, these last two decks, Miracle Rogue and this Bane of Kings deck, this seem pretty underwhelming. Honestly, I think one of the biggest drawbacks with this deck is just, like, the fact that you don't get to use your hero power as a resource really makes it feel pretty anemic. You're also just, like, playing a bunch of other cards that are just, like, kind of low power level for the sake of making your Kingsbane work and come back to you consistently. The best line is consistently by right click concede. Yeah, that one was pretty meh. It's 4 o'clock. Yeah, the kids aren't gonna be home for a little while anyways. Let's play some big spell mage to wrap the day up.